It's like we're speaking at average levels. And then whenever you download the audio, there's always one that is like right on the limit. And then there's one like, is he even talking? Yeah. If I boost him up.
It sounds rather not that far apart. It looks worse than it is, at least for me. But I don't know audio, so.
Do any of us?
Well, define no.
Nope.
I know what it is, but I don't know how it works.
Something with waves and pressures and
That's the sea, isn't it?
Yeah. I always get those confused.
And I'm like, yep, good enough is good enough, I guess.
It's not just good, it's good enough.
Exactly.
I'm going to start using that.
I can't take credit for that one, but when I heard it, I thought, I'm stealing that.
Yeah, I haven't heard it before, so you get my credit at least.
Well,
I'm sorry for the one who's doing the edit this week. There's going to be a lot of coughing too, because I forget to mute the mic. I'm sorry.
That's going to be me, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, it's me.
I was hoping it wasn't me. So.
I mean, you're always sure when it isn't you, because you did the last one. But every third week, you're not 100% sure.
Is it me? Has it really been 3 weeks? It's funny that, isn't it? How time just sort of wibbles and wobbles about the place. Because you can be at work all day and an hour seems like an eternity. And then you can be in your workshop for a couple of hours and all of a sudden it's time to go off and do some other tedious adult-based thing. And it's like, I've only just got here. I've only just got in the flow. Oh, no. No, you spent 2 hours sweeping the floor and moving things around and thinking, maybe I should change this.
That's the thing, though, with time. It is relative, and I hate it because when I went to school, one day felt like an eternity. Then we had something I'm just mildly interested in, and it would drag on for hours after hours after hours. Looking back at it, it was 45 minutes. And I mean, that is like, you're just in your workshop and then, all right, I have to go back out again to fetch something. And time has flown. So it's, I mean, I wouldn't mind it being relative if it was just the other way around. If it was fun, it would take a lot of time.
I mean, if you could control time, would you? I mean, to be able to slow it down, just think of it like the speed setting on YouTube. You can go 0.25 up to 3 times the speed, say, or 4 times the speed. But I mean, you will age at that rate compared to the rest of the world. So if you play it at 0.4, then you will be 4 times as old when you get out of it.
Yeah. The follow-up question is: Are you able to go back if you do something wrong, or if you no?
This is all the time going forward. You just have your bubble. Let's say the workshop is that time capsule that you can set the time to go faster or slower. So I mean, you could sleep in there on the fast setting, so you get more sleep with fewer time.
This only applies to workshop time. It doesn't apply to other time as well.
It applies to the time you spend in the workshop, compared to the rest of the world.
Oh, right. So you couldn't be stuck at work and just decide, do you know what? I'm just going to unsubscribe from this.
But I would like to slow down if it worked for sleeping, so that when I went to sleep, I'm turning that down to 25%. That means that I then have a lot longer time, in my perception, to get rested. So once it's 8 o'clock in the morning and everybody else gets up after 8 hours of sleep, in those 8 hours for everyone else, I have got 32 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Then I would be
but
balanced.
You're also 1 day older than everyone else. So if you do that a lot, you will die a lot sooner compared to the rest of the
because
population.
now you're starting piling on rules here at the end, and
No, I said that from the beginning.
That's what I don't like about these. And then, but then you get older. You should have stated that in the beginning before I started making plans based on your very made-up premise. And then now I die earlier as well, just because I'm getting older. I mean, if you're doing make-believe, then let's say you don't die at all. You just get older and wrinklier. I mean, if you can change the premise, I can too.
Then we have the classic problem of no one dying, then we get overpopulated.
Yeah.
And
you're going to sleep for 32 hours, but because time is relative to that 32 hours, you still wake up tired because you've only been asleep for 8 hours.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah. Because it's relative, you know. You can only experience it at the same speed that it's running.
Yeah.
So you become fatigued and less fatigued at the same rate.
How does that work? Can you feel two emotions opposite at the same time?
That's Schrodinger's sleep paradox. You're both awake but extremely tired.
or is it that you feel rested but you aren't? Or you are rested but you don't feel it?
What's the worst of those two? Yeah. But I remember I got sad, and I was not an old bloke when I thought about this, and I think it was an episode of Superman or one of the old movies, because I realized that he didn't slow down time to do stuff. He was just so fast that he managed to do something. So to everyone else, it seems like, he just went and did it in like the fraction of a second. But to Superman, he has probably, in his eyes, spent maybe 60, 70 days working on this problem before he solved it. But to everybody else, it seems like he solved it. And then I realized having super speed, I mean, it's fine for everyone else because it looks like you're really quick and you just do it and it doesn't take you anything. But in reality, since time is relative, for Superman, for every task that he needs to do for someone else, it takes him a lot of time because to him, the perception is warped. So, I need to move this big mound of whatever to free this car. It's going to take me 2 months carrying those stones. And for everyone else, it's like, whoop, and he cleared up the big avalanche. But he's been at it for years.
Yeah, I mean, the real problem for Superman and anyone with super speed is communicating with the rest of the world. I would go insane just waiting for people to finish their sentences. How can you possibly talk to someone?
Skip to the end. I don't need all this waffle. Just what do you want?
Just write it on a note and I'll be back and read it. I can't be standing here listening to you.
The human kind of, the human version of buffering.
Yes.
Write your question on a rock, throw it away. I'll go and catch it, and by the time I bring it back, I would have come back with a decision.
Can you use that in the office as well?
So throwing rocks at people.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to find out.
We're at that stage.
Yep. Who's going to take that? Who's going to take that forward?
I think Haavard is, or I don't know if who of you two are most willing to change their profession. So one of you should try it. I think I'm the one who's most happy at work.
Willing, yes. Able, that's outside the scope of the original question.
And to be known to a guy that throws rocks at people might not help your employability.
Why did you get let go from your last job? Well, I decided replying by email was far too lame. I just started throwing rocks at people until they went away.
The only restraints that are holding me back are of the monetary kind. Did I win the lottery today? I would be very... I mean, let's just indulge ourselves and believe that I then would go to work tomorrow. Then I would be very outspoken about what I truly mean and believe. And yeah. Then it turns out that was the key to everything. And then they're praising you. Finally, someone says what everybody thinks. And
yeah.
We have a new messiah now. And nope, because I'm leaving. And then it's just that one glorious day that everybody talks about.
Have you seen Life of Brian? You know what happens. So you start following you and you go away, leave me alone in my workshop. Yes, we should leave him alone. Everyone stand around and leave him alone.
Only the true leader would ask us not to follow him. Oh, praise us, praise us. Oh.
Yeah.
He's not the Messiah. He stated that quite clearly in the handover notes.
Maybe you could go back to work the day after you won the lottery, dressed up in a huge white robe and bearing... I mean, you're a maker, so the evening in advance, you've made a huge wooden cross, and you just drop it in the reception. Here, you can have it back. I don't need it anymore. My shackles are broken, and just leave.
Exactly. I want to leave something for the next sucker that gets to do this.
Just to be sure that you leave the cross in the reception and not try to erect it outside, because that could send the wrong message, depending on what you do with it.
Yeah, that's true. And then don't bring matches. That there is a fine line.
I'm thinking now maybe promoting this podcast with people I work with maybe not been such a great idea. Obviously, the people in my office are great guys, and I love working there.
You would just prefer them to...
I wasn't muted. Damn it.
Well, legal disclaimer. All banter in this podcast are purely for entertainment purposes, only on a very high level, very fictitious.
Thank you very much.
Just like everyone else, we just would like it if the salary would come without us having to do anything. But so far, no one has been able to crack that, I think. Other than the lottery.
I know. Yeah. Some people like to say they want to work on the 4-day week. I want to work on the 1 day week. Just going for 1 day, be super productive, and that's it. Done.
How long beforehand would you start dreading that day? I mean, say it's Monday. Would you start already on a Friday thinking, it's only 2 days until Monday?
No, I think you should stick your working day of the week right in the middle on a Wednesday.
I'm fairly certain my boss is not listening to this podcast. So I think that if you remove all the meetings during a week that I'm attending to, but basically not giving much input to, then the remaining time, which is the time that I actually get to do stuff, that could be compromised into one efficient workday if I skip lunch, I think. And that's a bit sad. And then the question is, how many meetings can I say no to before? I mean, if people just like, I'm double booked or I can't attend the meeting, usually it's like, okay, nobody asks. So you just start saying no to meetings, but they are in your calendar. So, or you answer tentatively, but you don't show up, and you just work Mondays. Problem solved. You got a 1 day week. People at work are happy enough. You're not causing or asking difficult questions in any meetings. It's a win-win. Maybe we have a solution.
Perhaps so. Perhaps you could just combine all meetings into one super meeting.
Just involve everyone. Like,
Yep.
yeah, you all called me for a meeting this week. I'm just booking all of you on Wednesday from 2:00 to 4:00. And whatever you have on your heart, you need to present it then.
Speak the Haavard hour.
Yeah.
Everyone gets one go at the speaking pen.
Yeah. And I will
And
give you
book
one
it in.
honest answer.
Exactly.
Yeah. Use it wisely.
It's going to be. It's less of a meeting, really. It's more of like a. I can imagine you holding court in sort of like a Roman Colosseum, and they all come to you with your questions, and you just cast them aside. Thumbs up, I will ask you a question. Thumbs down, chuck them to the lions.
This is brilliant, though. I don't remember, but a stand-up comedian once said he got kids, and it's like an endless array of questions. So he just made some fake press cards to them and gave them a notebook. And 2 times a day, he holds a half-an-hour press conference. So whatever you are wondering, put it down, and then I'll have a press conference, and then you can ask questions. You have half an hour. Go. Should do that at work. If anyone asks for something, yeah, I have a slot between 11 and 12 on Tuesday and Thursdays. Write down whatever you want to, and join that meeting, and I'll answer your questions.
Mm.
Could you have some kind of chat roulette function in Teams where you have a booked meeting on Wednesdays at 1:00, and then people can just sign into that meeting, but they don't get in until you push a button and randomize a person, and then they get a 3-minute slot with you, and then they're out and back in the queue again, and then if they want to ask something else.
Ooh. But I mean, it is interesting. I asked someone a question today, and this is their field of expertise. And they were quite happy just answering me with, ChatGPT said this. And okay, if I knew you didn't know what you were supposed to know after 15 years of experience as a senior within your discipline, then I could ask ChatGPT the same thing. And then maybe I should do the same then. Could I set up Microsoft Copilot to answer these meetings? Just tell it to read all my emails from the last 10 years. And based on that, answer any question you get in this meeting like I would answer them. Go. And then I wouldn't even have to attend my own answering meetings. I would basically reduce myself to a chatbot service.
I mean, that could be interesting to experiment with. I mean, you could have it take minutes of meetings and then just remove everything you said and ask it to add in an answer whenever you were asked a question and see what it comes up with. Well, it matches. If ever you're sitting on a meeting having a boring time, this could be something, perhaps.
Don't speak to me. Speak to my AI node.
I mean, you need a fancy name for it.
But it is a bit like a lot of actors used to do that before they got famous enough that they got their own assistant or manager. So they just, I think it was the guy from 4 Funerals and a Wedding, who
Hugh Grant?
Hugh Grant. In his early days, he was his own manager. It's a dummy name and a phone number. Some people were called up and asked if he were available. No, I'm sorry, he's not available. And he wouldn't do that job for that amount of money. So you need to revise that and come back to us. And then, of course, he couldn't say that as himself without being obnoxious. But yeah, just changing his voice slightly and answering on behalf of himself as his manager. That was perfectly fine.
I would need to do that as well if I were managing myself. And I mean, also he could write that off as a acting class. Now I'm in the role of a middle-aged woman from Tennessee who's my manager.
I'm real sorry, y'all. He ain't available.
And then you see that flourish into someone getting a crush on that assistant that doesn't exist. I mean, this is a great movie. We should make this.
Yeah. You're coming on set and someone is like, got a real good tone, I feel, with your assistant. So do you mind if I ask her out on a date or something? Or yeah, sure, go for it.
You can try, but, she's awfully busy. Exactly. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't get too far with her. She's not what she seems.
It's like that Clark Kent all over again. They're never in the same room. Weird. But nobody connects the dots.
Bizarro. Oh, heavens. Well then. That's a good 35 minutes of waffle. Should we do an introduction?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't mind.
Go on then. Who knows what episode number this is?
113. Yeah, so yeah.
That's
113.
correct.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right then.
So we established the number, then just the name and contestants. No.
Contestants?
Yeah. Isn't this a game show? Make crude mistakes game show.
3 men enter, 1 man leave. Or
welcome to a podcast with people. What have we all been doing?
Yeah, we're definitely not AI, at least.
You can say a lot about us, but not that. Yeah. Making. I've been doing making. And failing, I think. But is it failing if you anticipate it? If you know it's going to fail, is it then a fail? No,
I mean,
exactly. So I have one this week.
You made progress.
Well, yeah, all right. I'll indulge that notion. Yesterday, I sent you a message about not wanting to complete a project, so you're slowing yourself down, so you don't have to face the fact that once that is done, you have to start the next chapter. But I powered through. So yesterday, I assembled the motors for the bellows systems on the hellcorder and tested it. Did not connect the bellows to the motors. I'm going to do that tomorrow, and then I'm going to test it. I know it's going to fail because the motors are not strong enough to pull the bellows. That was clear once I gave them a test run. Nor were they very silent, so I need to beef them up. And that's relatively simple. I mean, all the cabling is done and everything, so it's just a visit to our Chinese friends and get the more powerful ones, and then I have to wait a couple of weeks. Yeah, I'm getting closer to just boxing it up and putting it away for a while, which I'm looking forward to. Because then I'm going to make different stuff. How about you?
Well, I made some stuff. As you watching the video feed can see that there's not a bed beside me anymore, behind me.
Oh yeah, true.
Because both the bunk bed and the ladders are finished. So now they're disassembled again and taking up a lot of space in the workshop until we can deliver it to my parents-in-law's cabin. So we'll have to see about that. I also upgraded the drain cover outside my workshop to keep the leaves from not clogging it up and making the water come inside, which I don't want. So hopefully this will work better than the last one. But we don't know until we try. So let's give it some time.
I was expecting you to flush mount it, that you would pull the other cover off and it would drop in, but you plunked it down on the top.
Yeah, I want it to be...
a drip hazard.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's where I was going with that. I would probably kill myself banging my head.
Yeah, the good thing of this is that it's rather heavy and it lays still, because accidentally had a pipe that was, or no, it's not even pipe. It's part pipes that I welded together, but it fits really snugly on top of the drain. But it is free moving, so if you trip on it, it will fly away and you won't fall and die. Hopefully,
Yeah.
But it's a lot stronger than the last one, so you can actually step on this and it doesn't bend under your weight, which is rather good, I feel. Because the last one I just made from some old shelving, I think it was, I found somewhere. And every time I accidentally stepped on it, it flexed under my weight, so it felt like the world was falling away, and that was rather unpleasant. So I prefer having this that's actually some kind of a stepping stone.
Don't step on that drain. You'll have an existential crisis.
Yeah.
The world will collapse between your feet. Under your feet, yeah.
Yeah,
it's an ancient ley line. If you stand here, just, realities disintegrate.
Yeah. It's
something like that. But other than that,
it's the Swedish cabinet of Narnia. It's a drain cover of.
Yeah, you end up in Norway probably. It's a quick route. Yeah. Other than that, I just been cleaning the workshop and actually organizing my work tables. So now I have two quick and easy projects that just been laying around and waiting for me to actually do it. That one is half finished now, and one will soon be. That's been laying around for a year. One of them is the watering system for the Christmas tree, because we have one of those. It looks like a package or a gift wrapped package, but it's just a big water container that's used to have a hose coming out from the bottom of it, so we can use it to refill the Christmas tree stand. But I actually broke it 2 years ago, I think. So then I just I put a hose inside it instead from the top, which doesn't really work that well. So it's been laying in my workshop. So that year it laid in my workshop for like 11 months until like 2 nights before I needed it, and I did a quick fix. Now it's been laying here since sometime in January up until now for me to fix it. And now I actually started fixing it like a month in advance before we need it. So that's way progress. So hopefully it will be done as well. But the good thing is that now I have free surfaces in my workshop, so I can actually do stuff. So that feels good. So I wonder how long it will keep like that. Probably not for long, but I will enjoy every minute of it as long as I have it, at least.
Well, I've been making good progress on the thing that I can't talk about. I'm sure you have projects like that where you feel like the inertia is just so heavy that nothing happens, and then all of a sudden things start to just quickly start falling into place. I'm sort of in that space right now. The bits of wood that were sides are now glued up into a frame, and then I cut the bottom of the box and it fitted perfectly first time. And then I moved on. Yes, first time. Perfect fit. It's never happened before. It probably never happen again.
You should enjoy that.
You should go back and check your footage, because there's a high likelihood that the cameras in your the batteries in your camera was dead at that moment.
No, I've got photographic and video evidence of it, coming straight off the saw and dropping straight into the box. And then I did another bit of stuff, and I did some other things, and it was like, this is all rolling very, very easily. And that's what happened when we were talking a bit earlier. It's like, everything's going so well, and now I've run out of time. But no, it's good. I think fingers crossed, touch wood, with your 4-leaf clover and your rabbit's foot, all of this is going to come together nicely quite quickly. Which, of course, are famous last words, because next time I touch it, it'll all fall apart, it'll catch on fire. The workshop will have subsidence and fall down.
I mean,
That's always
I'm
a
glad
risk.
to hear, because I've got a lot of feedback the last couple of days from things that we can't talk about. And the things that we can't talk about are in motion and moving locations. So it's good. The thing that I made that I can't say what it is, it's now in the hands of the Postal Service for destination unknown. And of course, the Norwegian Postal Service, they give you excellent tracking right up until the border where it leaves. Then it's like, yep, we already used that reference. It's like stepping into the cabinet of Narnia. It's like, poof, it's gone. Where did it go? Nobody knows. Might come back in a second, might be 1,000 years. Who knows? Time is very much relative in that sense. So, yeah.
Basically, you're sending it out of the country. That's on you. That's your fault. You should have sent it to somewhere in Norway.
Yeah.
I should. Yeah.
Have some national pride, boy. Send it to another Norwegian.
Well, I mean, it wasn't
Any
up
Norwegian.
to me. Yeah.
Pick one out of the phone book.
Yeah. The good old times where you could just randomly pick someone out of a big yellow book. That's
Hello,
Yeah.
you don't know me, but I've made you something. Well, speaking of feedback, we've had some podcast feedback.
Ooh.
Yes. We've had a letter. Well, it's not a letter, it's an email, but letter makes it sound more important.
yeah. I mean, now it was getting giddy, but all right.
That
email.
isn't spam.
It's not spam, no. It's from a new listener who's called Justin, and he is one of the hosts of the Stationery Adjacent podcast, which I listen to and have listened to for many, many years, and we've corresponded on that podcast. And he is a Canadian listener, all the way from Canada. And he was listening to the Half Pint, referencing seemingly our favourite subject, the Erfurt latrine disaster. And he has written with some science. I won't do the accent. It just says, "Hey Phil, I was listening to your recent Half Pint today whilst having the incredibly evil but necessary thing of having my septic tanks pumped out. I could only laugh at your discussion and how timely it was. As evidenced by the deep, dark, black widow-infested pit that is my septic tank, if you fell in there before it is emptied, you certainly could drown. I suggest the term likely comes from latrine pits, perhaps under outhouses, where the combination of various human excrement adds up to a slurry that one could certainly drown in. That was the part of the show I picked up on. Sorry, hope you're all well. Justin." So, yes, voice from the front. You could certainly drown in shit. Thank you, Justin. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very
Everybody
much.
go and listen to Stationery Adjacent, a podcast at the intersection of analog and digital productivity. I've listened to it for so long, I know their tagline.
I will for sure visit Justin. And it is nice having someone from Canada also putting a pin in the map. At some point you get the statistics, and we are covering all over the world, but some of them are bots. Let's be honest. But yeah, we
don't mind.
No, we're very bot friendly. We don't discriminate on viewers, subscribers, and listenings.
We'll take anything we can get.
Exactly.
We're not picky.
But we did a Google Map exercise of the people we actually know are real, and now we can put a pin in Canada as well. That's nice.
And it's always nice to get a reporter from the front lines describing recent events and that sort of thing, and coming back from the real world and actually putting stuff straight. So thank you for that as well. Yeah,
I always appreciate someone backing up one of my rants with science or disproving it. I am in that sense, I am a scientist. I am very happy to be proven wrong with facts. So, but now we got, you can't drown in shit. Now we know, then let's move on. Yeah. I just realized I did some other making this week.
Nice.
I was going to say I'm going to be a cheapskate for Christmas, but I'm actually not. I'm gonna splurge this Christmas in the giving of things. Because I think it's 2 years ago now, I made 4 table clocks as prototypes out of massive oak. And then I ordered the hands. They were too big. Then I ordered smaller hands, too small. And then I thought if I cut down the larger hands, then they became too wide in proportion. And then I thought, well, they're just sitting there, and I want to give them away to people I know would appreciate some handmade clock, and whatever. And then I realized, instead of spending time ordering hands that don't fit, I just realized I have a 3D printer. They just took a caliper, and what's the diameters of the rotating sticky out thing is on the clock face, and I just made some clock hands, and it worked perfectly. On the second try, but I nailed the holes on the first try. It was a perfect press fit. You put them on, they're sticking there, and of course the 3D printed hands with the thickness of 1 millimeter, it weighs next to nothing, so it's a perfect fit. So nice. I have basically, with 5 minutes of printing time, solved 4 of my Christmas gifts this year. So that's a win.
Yeah, wrapping is everything there. Seeing that thing, that was small clocks, like 10 centimeters in diameter or something like that. Chunky boys.
11 centimeters. Actually.
11, okay.
Yeah.
And I guess that the radius or the length of the hands were about
5.5. Yeah.
Yeah, just under, not going over. But if you made one that, say it was 10 centimeters in diameter, but have 6 centimeters long minute hand, so it would, and a strong motor in it, so it would trip itself over once every hour. Would it walk off the table, or would you spin in a circle? Or I think that could be a fun clock to have on a
suicide
table.
Clock.
No,
yeah, suicide clock. I tried to end its life.
No, but what if the hour hand was made longer and more stiff, so that could be just stuck down in a holder? So the hour hand was just constantly standing. It was just rotating the clock around.
That also could be interesting. Yes. Reinventing the clock.
That's a good. I'm going to look into that. But I also wanted to. I'm a bit afraid of doing it because I would like to make a Salvador Dali clock, but that's a lot of power carving. So I'm gonna have to glue up a lot of oak pieces to get like something that can, what's it, drooping off the tabletop, and then you have to form that, and then you have to 3D print some holder for the clock mechanism to fit behind there while it's still hanging off the table. But that would be a really cool clock to have, I think.
Ooh, could you make it so that the hands could be floppy in one place to actually follow the...
Yeah,
How would you make that? Like a chain with some kind of ropes to stiffen it at parts, but let it go at other parts?
Just like one of those like toy snakes you used to get as a kid.
Yes, something like that, yeah.
Like a middle segment. So if you flip it one way, it's sort of like it's solid, but if you turn it, it'll just...
Yes, yes, something like that.
Something like that.
It should be able to do something close to looking decent. At this point, I'm really glad I don't have a 3D printer, so I'm not really able to do that. And no, we're not having a clock along.
No, we're not.
Clock off?
I got clock off. Clock in, clock out. Yeah. Speaking of clocks, though, we talked about this before. I have that other clock that's not complete.
Yeah, that one.
And I found someone on the online marketplace that sells a clock, extremely expensive. And she was very forthcoming, and I sent a message, could you give me some information and take some pictures of it so I can see what pieces I'm missing and where I need to reconnect the wires? And then she just hit me with, like, do you want to buy mine? No. So, of course, she's holding me hostage. She don't want to give me the pictures, obviously. She just wants me to buy that clock. But I already have a clock, minus a few parts. And I think she underestimated how invested I am in this clock, because I'm not paying for that. I'm happy to kick it to the skip. So it's like, if you had the pictures, great. If it turns out I could fix it in an afternoon, I would do so. But yeah, if not, I might use it as a letter weight. But yeah, so it's still in the attic.
I'm sure it'll have its time in the sun.
Yeah.
Or hanging on the wall. Or seeing the inside of a skip.
Yeah, I mean, it's a open landfill. I was going to say the skip, so it will see a lot of sunlight until it gets crushed by a bulldozer or whatever.
Yeah, whenever you get the time for it.
Yeah.
Like that's going to happen.
Time clock. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of time, right between we record this episode and it's published, I celebrate 6 years on YouTube. So that's a win, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess there's a participation trophy in there somewhere, but...
Wait. We need to check. Because then we have 3, 6, and 9 years. I think. Or did I pass into 4? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll have to look into that.
I don't know how old you are.
Me neither, years. Mostly, yeah. But yeah, 6 years, that's not nothing.
Oh.
How are we going to celebrate? Cake?
There can always be cake.
A YouTube play button cake. That's actually a good idea.
That would not be bad.
If anyone wishes to make this cake,
yeah.
Please don't.
Worst case scenario, you get to eat cake. I mean, it can't be that bad.
Don't post it to me. It will take too long.
Some really stale cake. Well done. This is what 6 years of graft has got me. Stale cake.
Yeah, and I'm closing in on 500 subscribers really slowly. So yeah, that's, I mean, and that's the metric you must remember, that I have absolutely in no way tried to please any kind of algorithm or viewers or done any kind of promotion or so. Or being really bad at promoting my channel as well. So yeah, that's the slow progress. And then you can see that the Swedish Maker, he started roughly the same time as me, and he has a bit more subscribers. So that's...
Yeah, what does he have now? 600 or something like that? I think, yeah. He had a jump a couple of years ago, so yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It might be even 750 or something wild.
Yeah. Oh, man. As long as it doesn't get to his head, then 750 is a nice number, I'll admit. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of YouTube, does YouTube suggest your own shorts to you as well?
Yes.
Why does it do that?
I mean, it's an easy click. I always click on that. Ooh, this is nice. I know this one. Play.
Views are views.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels so off to me, at least. That and it feels like it does it like 2-3 days after you post it, and you get a bing, Crude But Efficient. That done a short, but yes, I know I was the one who made it.
Yeah, you might be interested in this. Not particularly.
That's why I lose faith in the algorithm. Like if it doesn't even know that, that's the one I made 2 days ago. That like how reliable are you really?
Yeah. And they seem to be so hit and miss. There's 3 which were all done in more or less the same time scale, and one has had like 19,000 views and another one has had 40. Not that it matters. Like you say, the rules are made up and the points don't matter.
Yes,
exactly.
No. I'm sure the attitude would be different if we did all massive YouTube makers, and every month was paid for by sponsorship and AdSense revenue and all that sort of stuff, but it isn't.
Then I just would be anxious all the time. But I mean, it's weird. If you look at my last 5 shorts, is 1300, 1271, 1381, 1116, 42. I don't know what. I don't know.
42 is a nice number. Yeah. But I will do that at some point. I will see if it makes any difference when you are ticking off that. Yeah, this one has ad content, and I'll do an ad segment for the. This episode is sponsored. Sponsored by the Make Crude Mistakes podcast, and I'll make a professional ad segment, and then just bluntly finish it off with, yeah, it's my podcast, and or I'm in it at least. Then see if it makes any statistical. I mean, they are in it to make money, so the algorithm should push ad content laden videos because that generates more money and more money for them or whatever. So, or maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, they might be that if you are cool enough that someone will pay you to do an ad read, then you are probably cool. So then they should push you because you are cool.
Yeah.
It could work like that. Who knows?
Has anyone here been asked to do an ad read?
The silent was definite.
Sorry to break it to you, fellas. We're not cool.
Yeah. No.
Well, neither are a lot of people who do ad reads, so.
True that. I had a fun interaction today on YouTube. I got a comment. I haven't replied on it yet. An old neighbor, and I think we were more acquaintances than friends. He was a couple of years older than me, but I recognized him when he posted the comments because his handle is his first and last name, and he just wrote a comment on one of my older videos, and yeah, I remember you used to have a lot of crazy ideas and invention, and seems like you adjusted it up a notch. So yeah, that's fun. Someone random from my hometown that I don't had anything to do with for 30 years have stumbled upon one of my videos and made a comment. So that was a bit fun.
And you're keeping to character as well, apparently. So that's good.
Yeah, or not...
or not having made any progress in life.
Or not being bothered making a stage persona at all. It's like, fuck it. I'm just gonna be me, I guess.
You're authentic.
Yeah, that's a. I'm authentic, and on that bombshell, we end this week's main episode. Or do we? Yes, we do. All right, goodbye.
You tell me. Taking the steering wheel and then just dropping it like that. What kind of action is that?
I'm too tired for a cliffhanger. Oh, God damn it.
It would be nice for our listeners to not have a cliffhanger for this week's Half Pint, but
yeah,
please turn into it anyway.
So yeah, join us in the Half Pint, but you're not missing anything, or I mean, it's not any unresolved issues, except some daddy issues, maybe. I don't know.
Okay,
let's not
you
go
can
there.
keep that to yourself.
Now. Well, that gives us an easy cutting point for those editing this week. Slice it off at your daddy issues.